Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So very soon we will have glitch incursions. Now that will effectively mean that it's gonna be kind of like your power fantasy. And realistically with glitch incursions, I think you can make just about any champion work, realistically. Because you can mix mash all the boss hacks, you can have access to more boss hacks than normal, and you can pick and choose plenty of them to kind of set up whatever you're going for. So, in this video, I'm going to be going over some of the champions that have been potentially the most effective for me that I have tried and that I know you can absolutely use extremely well. And yeah, there you go, some potential glitch incursion options. We're going to start with Spider-Woman. Spider-Woman's kind of like a perfect champion for this because in incursions in general, you do get quite a lot of effects that interact with buffs, debuffs, stun or let you stun on the heavies, as well as so yeah, you have buffs and you have debuffs, and specifically you do have fury buffs, which are also quite significant for Spider-Woman, and there are many combinations where you can make her do infinite stun, for instance, starting your first level 1. And then obviously you can have access to massive power stings, and then you can increase the power sting potency as well if that is what you wish. So there are tons of different ways how to go about tuning up Spider-Woman, but she's kind of like a perfectly customizable champion. Again, lots of buffs, lots of debuffs, and very nice matchup spread, and overall quite versatile. Thing is always and has always been very useful for longer incursions pushes, and that is down to having Thing at Sig 200, admittedly, but basically because of the hyper-inflated attack values in incursions, effectively you will always trigger protection whenever opponent touches you. So that can be absolutely overpowered in incursions. It's not gonna work in the initial rooms of incursions, but basically in later rooms, starting from like room 10 or something, every time you parry with Thing, or let alone get hit, you're going to trigger the protection. And if you will have your 15, 20 rock stacks active on you, that'll mean that you basically take 0 damage. Not basically, you can set it up to a way where you take 0 damage. So then pair the Thing up with either some regeneration or some, massive damage output, and Thing's basically becoming immortal. Silk is another one that's extremely easy to pair with the nodes that increase the debuff duration for Silk, and that's it. You can infinitely heavy stun your opponent. You don't need to do anything, because if you increase her heavy stun duration, basically you can hit the opponent, throw the heavy attack, and then start a new combo whilst that stun is still active, thus making a very, very kind of easy, cheesy rotation where you just, infinitely unlock Silk, and then you only need to worry about stun immune matchups, really. So yeah, Silk has definitely a ton of stun lock cheese. Photon in general has always been like a very good safe option for incursions as well. She does have a lot of debuffs. Her damage can go absolutely insane with all of that stuff. And yeah, Photon's kind of always been quite nice. Anti-Venom, again, lots of debuffs. You have very easy access to regeneration, so any kind of like regen enhancing stuff whilst you're blocking or otherwise is very helpful for him. Give him some more damage output, and he can absolutely clear that thing. In Mystic class, I think Doctor Strange right now should be absolutely amazing for this stuff, because he can block for days and spam special attacks, so he's going to be absolutely mental with any nodes that, give you prowess or special attack damage, or let you have furies, and, increase your attack one way or another. And I think he can absolutely dominate under specific circumstances. Purgatory, as a ramp-up champion, has had like a natural advantage here as well, because you can collect all the different souls and you can get all of these different abilities. Plus, Purgatory does have a very minuscule region on level 1, but that region is very significant when you have all of these damage multipliers. So she, has a ton of region on top of everything else in her kit. So Purgatory could absolutely blitz this too. Null, always been a great incursion champion, because again, has access to tons of debuffs, he has access to tons of regeneration, bypasses evade. If you want, you can use the synergy as well, obviously, like Heimdall, because he is a cosmic champion, and cosmics do have a bit of an innate advantage in between Odin and Gallant's pre-fights that you can activate on them. So you can put on recalls as well with this run, and you're going to be, getting a ton of healing going and a ton of damage and other benefits on top of it all. Ronan, you can, again, Ronan and any champion that has guaranteed stuns on like level 1 can easily be customized to infinitely stun lock opponents. So that would include like Stunhand Spider-Man, that would include Ultron, that can include Gambit, or basically any other champion that has a guaranteed stun on level 1. You can make infinitely stun lock the opponents. Then we have Angela plus Odin synergy. And then Angela, is going to get more powerful as you quest. And I know a ton of people have done absolutely insane things on Angela, especially with the Odin's pre-fights. With that Odin synergy working for you, you're also going to be nullify and auto-block immune. You can not going to have to worry about any damaging debuffs. And she can absolutely savage those incursions. Red Skull interacts insanely well with that power drain buff, and as well as with any armor up buffs. You can also rely on his absolute tankiness, and effectively because of the nature how that power drain works, you can be mega aggressive and inflict a ton of damage very, very quickly with Red Skull. Sentinel. Sentinel's biggest appeal realistically is the fact that you can just grab yourself full health bar as and when you need it. So if you are struggling with health and you see opportunity, I do recommend, using Sentinel or Zola or Nick Fury potentially. And you will have the opportunity to top up your health for free. Shuri, access to tons of debuffs, access to guaranteed crits, which interact very friendly with attack multipliers, as well as general chunkiness through her armor up passives. Yondu, one of the tankiest champions in the game now, and also, again, that massive heal block, ability to inflict everything through block, plus all the damage multipliers should be absolutely crazy with Yondu, truth be told. Ironheart, kind of similar to Spider-Woman, pretty much a perfect incursion champion in the sense that you do have a ton of debuffs, you do have a ton of buffs that you can access to as well. These buffs are armor buffs that do interact with some of the nodes extremely favorably. And then on top of it all, you have the miss bypass, and she also can let you recover any and all chip damage based on her sig level. Actually, quite a lot of the damage. You can heal up to 35% health, so when you drop down to 15, you can get back up to 50. So that's quite a lot of free regen there as well. Mr. Sinister, kind of a similar thing to Purgatory, where he does have his ramp-up mechanic. People do forget about it, and obviously infinite amounts of healing, combined with the playstyle, the ramp-up, the damage multiplier boosts. You can do some crazy things, because in longer quests you can choose which class champions you go after. So you go after like Cosmics for the Fury and Mystics for the combat power rate, and at that point Mr. Sinister can become an absolute killing machine. Captain Britain, her main kind of claim to fame would be with increased combat power rate. She can get to that level 3 very quickly, and she has 3% safeguard, which would mean that she would be extremely safe for kind of like longer rooms as well. We have Gentle, who interacts insanely favorably with any special damage modification. So give him a couple of prowesses, or give him a couple of anything that gives him a more special attack damage, and he's going to be popping off as well. We do have Jean Grey, that again is kind of nice to have that safety net with her shield, and then obviously have access to a ton of debuffs, and you can do a whole bunch of damage. Okoye and bleed-based champions have kind of a bit of a leg up with a hack setup, where you can, every time you inflict bleed, you put a power sting on opponent. That boss hack combined with Okoye, with Bullseye, goes absolutely mental. And then on top of it all, you can just add in something that gives you extra damage for each debuff, one of the regular hacks, and you have a combination to do millions of damage in seconds. Again, as I said, Nick Fury plus, the safety net of the 3 health bars, quite nice. Bullseye with that hemostatic hack again. Every time you insta-bleed opponent, you get a power sting on them, and then you do a ton of damage. Plus the guaranteed crits are quite nice too. Shield with her extra blocking abilities. There are a few other things that I think could be like a personal favorites, but Count Nefaria can effectively be turned immortal in Incursions, because you can regen so much with him. And then besides that, you have Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones is kind of underrated in my opinion, because when she's awakened especially, and you have kind of gotten all your dossiers, then every time you or your opponent throws a special attack, she gets all the resistances up, she goes unstoppable, and that alone interacts with that poison hack extremely well, and she's kind of like super safe, where it's very, very difficult to die with Jessica Jones, and she can be absolutely brutal. Besides Jessica, another personal favorite of mine. Who am I missing here? Oh, that was Juggy. Juggy with that poison hack when you poison the opponent with your heavies or unblockable or unstoppable hits. Juggernaut with that interacts crazy well. Obviously, Juggernaut does have the weakness where he's not going to work in any fight where you get debuffed. But if you want to see some insane stuff, I recommend testing out Juggernaut when he's properly kind of hacked up. So I know a lot of people are not excited for having to do incursions like twice in 2 weeks. I personally am, especially on this type of setup. I look forward to it very much. I will first stream the Coliseum. I'm gonna get my Coliseum points, and then I'll jump into the incursions. I'll do both of them tonight. Let me know which other champions you kind of like enjoy beefing up for incursions. These have been some of my favorites. I'll catch you guys soon. Bye-bye. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all